I got to tell you one Sherri Martel story. And Carmine, I know that you're aware of this. Sherri, as great as she was, certainly had her demons, unfortunately, which eventually may or may not have played into her passing. But this is about the time of Wrestle Rock. So I think it was probably a week ahead or 2 weeks ahead. This would have been in April of 1986. And Sherri wanted to attend a local independent wrestling card. She had asked several times, and Eddie Sharkey was promoting shows in the Twin Cities at the time, his Pro Wrestling America promotion. And he was doing a show at a dry bar in Minneapolis. I mean, absolutely no liquor involved, period. It was called the Alternative Bar because, again, it was a dry bar. So we picked up Sherri and we took her to the event, and she said, "Where can I get a drink?" I said, "Sherri, come on, it's a dry bar. They're not going to let you in here with a drink." Well, Sherri managed to smuggle in a bottle. She wanted to stop at the liquor store on the way to the show, managed to smuggle one in, and of course poured it into her Pepsi or Coke or whatever it was. Well, she had more than a few, and by the end of the night, Sherri was not in a very good mood. And I don't know what set her off, but she was screaming at the wrestlers and so on and so forth. We're going to give her a ride back to her apartment, and typical Minnesota weather, it was kind of sleeting. It was towards the end of April. We go outside, and Sherri takes a bump, and I mean a major bump, on the concrete in the driveway. Goes straight down on her knee, and I mean, she's just a mess. And I'm thinking, oh, dear God, this is just what I need. 2 weeks before Wrestle Rock, the gal probably dislocated her knee. Took her back to her place, and she aspirined it up and whatever else, and she was just fine. But apparently, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, and I don't know which one of the two, was aware that she had attended this event, and they told her, there were TV cameras there, which there weren't, unfortunately. They were ribbing her. And this is while she's sitting there with ice on her knee, and she's falling and everything else, and she gets a call from one of the Midnight Rockers, and they're telling her, "Vern saw you sitting in the audience at this show." Well, it was a rib. It wasn't true. But Sherri absolutely freaked out. God bless her. Lost control, threw us out, said, "I'm never going to be in a wrestling show again," and so on and so forth. Well, obviously, things calmed down a little bit. Everything was fine. Either Michaels or Jannetty said, "Hey, Sherri, we were just kidding. She went to Wrestle Rock. Everything was great," but it was a very scary moment, and God bless her, just a memory. Sherri had her highs and her lows, but a phenomenal talent.